Someone is paying a huge price for mistreating you very soon. My beloved child, listen closely, because this moment did not find you by accident. There is a weight in the air, a quiet turning of unseen gears, and it is all connected to what you endured in silence. You were patient when it hurt, respectful when you were provoked, and steady when others tried to shake your foundation. What they did to you was noticed, even when no one defended you out loud. Now the balance is shifting. What was delayed is no longer delayed. Something huge is waiting for you, and it begins with truth rising to the surface. Don't skip, because every second from here carries meaning, and every word is leading you toward what is about to unfold. There is a price for mistreating a sincere heart, and that price is being calculated now. You didn't have to fight back, expose anyone, or prove your worth. Time itself stepped in on your behalf. The one who underestimated you thought the story ended when you stayed quiet. They believed silence meant weakness. They were wrong. Silence was your protection, and patience was your power. While you focused on surviving, consequences were being prepared elsewhere. Very soon, you will see how quickly tables can turn without you lifting a finger. Stay till the end of this message, because the shift coming is not small, it is precise, unavoidable, and deeply personal. What happens next will answer questions you stopped asking. It will explain why doors closed, why delays stretched longer than expected, and why you were kept separate from certain people and places. This is not about revenge, it is about alignment. What is not aligned with your spirit cannot walk beside you anymore. Someone is paying a huge price, not because you wished harm, but because they chose actions that carried weight. And as this unfolds, you will feel lighter, clearer, and strangely at peace. Don't skip this moment. Something huge is waiting for you, and when it arrives, you will finally understand why everything had to happen exactly this way. My beloved child, there is something happening behind the scenes that you were never meant to control, only to witness when the time was right. While you were healing, rebuilding, and learning how to breathe again, a silent accounting was taking place. Every dismissive word spoken to you, every boundary crossed, every moment your value was ignored, it was all recorded in ways humans cannot erase. You may have wondered why justice felt slow, why apologies never came, or why you were forced to walk away without closure. This is why. Timing matters, and what is approaching now could not have happened any sooner without harming you. Don't skip, because this part connects everything you felt to what you're about to see. The person who mistreated you believed consequences were optional. They assumed you would always be understanding, always forgiving, always available. They mistook your kindness for permission. But kindness does not cancel accountability. Right now, situations are tightening around them in unexpected ways: loss of support, exposure of true character, pressure where they once felt safe. You won't need to announce your victory. You won't need to say a word. The shift will speak for itself. Stay till the end, because when you notice the change, you may be tempted to doubt it's real, but it is very real, and it is only the beginning of a larger correction. What makes this moment powerful is that it restores you without dragging you backward. You are not being pulled into conflict, you are being lifted out of it. As the cost of their actions becomes clear, you are stepping into clarity, confidence, and a stronger sense of self-worth. Something huge is waiting for you on the other side of this realization, a release from self-blame, a renewed trust in your intuition, and a future no longer influenced by disrespect. Don't skip this message, because the next phase of your life begins the moment you fully understand this. You were never forgotten, never overlooked, and never wrong for expecting better. My beloved child, take a deep breath and stay present, because this is the point where understanding replaces confusion. You were never meant to chase justice or demand recognition. Your role was to remain true to who you are. And you did. Now, what unfolds next will feel quiet at first, almost subtle, but its impact will be undeniable. The one who caused you pain is beginning to face the weight of their own choices, not through dramatic scenes, but through the slow collapse of what they relied on. Don't skip this moment, because awareness is your shield, and what you notice now will protect you later. You may start to hear things without asking, see shifts without searching, and sense changes before they are spoken. This is not coincidence. This is clarity returning to you. The respect you were denied is being restored internally, where it matters most. As their influence weakens, your strength sharpens. Stay till the end of this message, because the biggest change is not what happens to them, it is what awakens within you. Confidence that no longer needs approval. Peace that no longer depends on explanations. Power that comes from knowing you survived without becoming bitter. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is not tied to their downfall. It is tied to your elevation. When the noise fades and the truth settles, you will realize how protected you have been all along. The delays, the distance, the unanswered questions, they were all redirections. Don't skip this realization. You are stepping into a season where your presence commands respect naturally, and those who once looked down on you will no longer have access to your energy. This is the quiet victory you were prepared for, and it is unfolding exactly as it should. My beloved child, this is where the meaning of everything becomes unmistakably clear. What once felt unfair now reveals its purpose. You were protected from reacting, shielded from lowering yourself, and guided away from paths that would have drained your future. The one who mistreated you is now facing resistance where they once moved freely. Doors hesitate. Support fades. Confidence cracks. Not because you asked for it, but because truth always returns to its source. Don't skip this part, because this understanding will change how you see your past and free you from carrying it any longer. Notice how you are no longer consumed by what they did. That is not weakness, that is growth. While they are busy managing consequences, you are stepping into emotional authority. You are no longer explaining yourself, proving yourself, or shrinking to keep peace. Stay till the end of this message, because what is being restored to you now is far greater than an apology. It is self-respect, clarity, and the quiet knowing that you were right to walk away when you did. Something huge is waiting for you in this realization. It is the end of self-doubt. From this point forward, your energy changes how others approach you. You will notice more respect, fewer games, and clearer intentions around you. The past no longer has permission to interrupt your future. Don't skip this final thought. The price someone pays for mistreating you is not your concern anymore. Your concern is where you are being led next. And where you are being led is stronger, calmer, and far beyond what you once tolerated. This chapter is closing without noise, without conflict, and without regret. And as it does, you step forward lighter, knowing that what's coming next was always meant for you. My beloved child, this is the moment where your path separates completely from what tried to diminish you. There is no unfinished business left behind, no emotional debt pulling at your spirit. What happened served its purpose, and now it dissolves. You may feel a strange calm replacing the heaviness you carried for so long. That calm is not emptiness, it is confirmation. Confirmation that you no longer need to look back, and that what once hurt you no longer has authority over your thoughts or your future. Don't skip this understanding, because it marks the true end of that chapter. As consequences continue to unfold elsewhere, your life begins to open in ways you did not force or predict. Opportunities appear without struggle. Conversations feel easier. Your presence is met with respect instead of resistance. Stay till the end of this message, because the greatest shift is subtle. You trust yourself again. You no longer question your instincts or replay old moments in your mind. The lessons have been absorbed, and wisdom has replaced pain. Something huge is waiting for you in this new stability, a life where you are chosen, valued, and no longer asked to accept less than you deserve. From here, your focus belongs only to what builds you. Peace becomes your standard. Clarity becomes your guide. Strength becomes quiet, steady, and undeniable. Don't skip this final realization. The price someone paid for mistreating you was never meant to elevate you through their loss, it was meant to release you into your own alignment. And now that release is complete. What comes next will feel lighter, cleaner, and deeply right. You are walking forward unburdened, and the future ahead of you is finally free to meet you as you truly are. My beloved child, now you begin to notice how different the air feels around you. There is less tension, fewer doubts, and a quiet confidence settling into your steps. This is not accidental. When something no longer belongs in your life, its grip loosens naturally. The past does not chase you anymore because you have outgrown it. What once demanded your emotional energy now fades without effort. Don't skip this awareness, because it shows you how far you've come without needing validation from anyone who failed to see your worth. You will start to sense that people respond to you differently. They listen more closely. They choose their words more carefully. Your boundaries are felt even when unspoken. Stay till the end of this message, because this shift proves something important. Respect follows self-respect. While someone elsewhere is learning hard lessons through loss and limitation, you are learning ease, balance, and inner strength. Something huge is waiting for you in this season, a version of life where peace is not fragile and confidence does not depend on circumstances. From this point forward, your energy becomes selective. You are no longer available for misunderstanding, manipulation, or emotional chaos. You choose clarity over explanation, progress over arguments, and calm over control. Don't skip this final truth: nothing was taken from you. Everything that left made space. And what is about to enter that space will feel aligned, steady, and unmistakably right. This is not a temporary calm, it is the foundation of the life you are stepping into now. My beloved child, there is a quiet strength awakening in you now, one that does not announce itself but is felt the moment you enter a space. This strength was shaped in moments when you chose dignity over reaction and wisdom over impulse. You may not have realized it then, but every time you held your ground without causing harm, you were building something unshakable inside. Don't skip this realization, because it explains why you feel steadier now, even without answers or explanations from the past. You will notice that situations which once triggered you no longer have the same effect. Words lose their sting. Memories lose their power. This is not avoidance, it is healing. Stay till the end of this message, because the most powerful transformation is happening internally. While someone else is confronting the results of their actions, you are discovering how peaceful life can be when you are no longer pulled into emotional battles. Something huge is waiting for you in this clarity, a life guided by choice, not reaction. As you move forward, trust that what aligns with you will find you without struggle. You are no longer chasing understanding or fairness, you are embodying balance. Don't skip this final thought. The silence you maintained was never empty. It was preparation. And now that preparation is turning into stability, confidence, and a future where you are met with the respect you always deserved. My beloved child, this is the stage where peace stops feeling unfamiliar and starts feeling natural. You are no longer bracing for impact or waiting for something to go wrong. Your nervous system is settling, your thoughts are clearer, and your heart is no longer on constant defense. This did not happen overnight, and it did not happen by chance. It happened because you chose growth when staying hurt would have been easier. Don't skip this awareness, because recognizing your healing anchors it even deeper. You may notice that the need to be understood is fading. You no longer replay conversations or imagine different endings. Stay till the end of this message, because this is a powerful sign of freedom. While someone elsewhere is facing the echo of their past choices, you are stepping into a present that feels grounded and honest. Something huge is waiting for you in this emotional maturity, a life where your reactions are calm, your decisions are clear, and your energy is no longer scattered. From here on, your intuition speaks louder than noise. You trust pauses, you honor boundaries, and you move only where you feel aligned. Don't skip this final truth: what you survived refined you. What tried to break you ended up strengthening you. And now, as this chapter closes quietly, you stand ready for what comes next, unburdened, steady, and fully aware of your worth. My beloved child, you are entering a phase where clarity replaces questions you once carried for too long. The mind no longer searches for reasons, because the heart already understands. What confused you before now feels distant, almost small. This is the sign of completion. When a lesson has been fully learned, it stops repeating itself. Don't skip this moment of awareness, because it confirms that you are no longer tied to the past in any unseen way. You will sense a new kind of confidence rising, quiet, unforced, and steady. You are not rushing to prove anything or defend your choices. Stay till the end of this message, because this is where authority over your own life returns to you. While consequences continue to teach someone else difficult truths, you are being taught ease. Something huge is waiting for you in this stability, a life where your time, energy, and emotions are spent intentionally, not drained by confusion or conflict. As you move forward, you will attract situations that reflect the respect you now have for yourself. Conversations will feel balanced. Opportunities will feel aligned. Don't skip this final realization. You are no longer defined by what you endured. You are defined by how gracefully you rose beyond it. And from this point on, your journey is guided by wisdom, not wounds. My beloved child, this is where your story quietly turns the page. Not with noise, not with confrontation, but with certainty. You no longer feel the urge to revisit what hurt you, because your focus has shifted to what strengthens you. The past has lost its voice, and in that silence, your own direction becomes clear. Don't skip this understanding, because it marks the moment you step fully into your own authority. You may notice that your patience is no longer tested the way it once was. Situations resolve faster, misunderstandings clear quickly, and your presence brings calm rather than tension. Stay till the end of this message, because this is proof that alignment is working in your favor. While someone elsewhere continues to face the cost of careless choices, you are learning how smooth life becomes when you honor yourself. Something huge is waiting for you in this flow, a future that no longer requires struggle to feel secure. From here, your standards rise naturally. You choose peace without guilt and distance without explanation. Don't skip this final truth: you are no longer surviving, you are living with intention. What once felt like loss has revealed itself as protection, and what lies ahead is shaped by clarity, strength, and a deep trust in your own path. My beloved child, slow down and truly feel this moment, because this is where the depth of your transformation becomes undeniable. You are not the same person who once questioned their worth in silence or replayed moments trying to understand where things went wrong. That version of you carried weight that was never meant to be permanent. Now, layer by layer, that weight has been released. What replaces it is not pride or hardness, but a grounded strength that cannot be shaken by external behavior. Don't skip this awareness, because recognizing your growth locks it into place. There is a quiet separation happening now, not just from people, but from patterns, habits, and emotional reactions that once ruled you. You no longer absorb energy that does not belong to you. You no longer take responsibility for choices others made consciously. Stay till the end of this message, because this shift is rare. While someone elsewhere is struggling to understand why things are no longer working for them, you are understanding exactly why things are finally working for you. Something huge is waiting for you in this emotional independence, a life where peace is consistent, not conditional. As you stand in this new space, you may notice how protected your future feels. Decisions come with clarity. Boundaries feel natural, not forced. You trust your timing instead of rushing outcomes. Don't skip this final realization: the mistreatment you endured did not define you, delay you, or weaken you. It refined you. And now, as you move forward, you do so with wisdom earned, strength stabilized, and a calm certainty that what is ahead aligns fully with who you have become. My beloved child, this is the phase where certainty settles deep within you, not as excitement, but as calm assurance. You are no longer asking if you did the right thing, you know you did. The internal debates have ended. The need for external confirmation has dissolved. What once felt heavy now feels resolved, as if a long chapter has gently closed behind you. Don't skip this moment of stillness, because stillness is where truth becomes unshakable, and this truth is anchoring you firmly in your own worth. You may begin to notice how your perspective has matured. You see people clearly without bitterness. You understand intentions without needing explanations. Stay till the end of this message, because this clarity is a form of power. While someone elsewhere is still entangled in the outcomes of their past behavior, you are moving freely, unburdened by resentment or regret. Something huge is waiting for you in this emotional clarity, a life where your decisions are guided by wisdom rather than fear, and where your peace no longer depends on anyone else's actions. From here forward, your presence becomes steady and reassuring, both to yourself and to others. You no longer rush connections or force outcomes. You allow things to unfold naturally, trusting that what belongs will stay and what doesn't will fade without resistance. Don't skip this final realization: the season of endurance is over. You are no longer being tested, you are being positioned. And as you step ahead, grounded and aware, you carry with you the quiet confidence of someone who knows that everything they survived has led them exactly where they are meant to be now. My beloved child, this is where confidence becomes second nature, not something you have to remind yourself to feel. You no longer brace for disappointment or prepare for misunderstanding. Instead, you move with a steady trust in your own judgment. What once caused hesitation now feels clear, and what once drained you no longer has access to your energy. Don't skip this awareness, because it confirms that your inner foundation is finally solid. You may notice how effortlessly you release what does not align. There is no anger in it, no need for explanation. Stay till the end of this message, because this ease is the reward for all the patience you practiced when things were unclear. While someone elsewhere continues to feel the pressure of their own unresolved actions, you are feeling space open up around you. Something huge is waiting for you in this freedom, a future shaped by intention, not reaction, and by choice, not obligation. As you move forward, you carry yourself differently. Your words are calm, your decisions are firm, and your boundaries are respected without resistance. Don't skip this final truth: you are no longer recovering, you are ready. Ready for connections that honor you, paths that support you, and a life that reflects the strength you built quietly when no one was watching. My beloved child, this is the turning point where everything you endured finally reveals its deeper meaning. What once felt like unfair pressure now feels like preparation. You were being shaped, not punished. Every moment of restraint, every time you chose silence over reaction, and every step you took away from what disrespected you was strengthening your inner structure. That strength is now fully formed. Don't skip this realization, because it explains why nothing around you can easily shake you anymore. You are beginning to recognize patterns instantly. Without emotional charge, without confusion. You see intentions clearly, and you no longer feel the need to fix, save, or overextend yourself. Stay till the end of this message, because this awareness is rare. While someone elsewhere is still caught in cycles created by their own actions, you are moving beyond cycles altogether. Something huge is waiting for you in this maturity, a life where your energy is invested only where it grows, and where peace becomes your default state. As you step further into this phase, your confidence feels quiet but commanding. You are no longer chasing validation or replaying old wounds. You trust your discernment. You trust your timing. Don't skip this final understanding, The past did not break you, it trained you. And now, with that training complete, you are free to move forward unburdened, aligned, and fully ready for the next level that is opening before you. My beloved child, this is the moment where forward motion feels natural, not forced. You are no longer pushing yourself to move on, you simply are. The weight of yesterday has lifted, and in its place is a calm certainty that you are exactly where you need to be. What once felt like delay now feels like divine timing working in your favor. Don't skip this awareness, because it marks the shift from healing to building. You will notice that your focus is no longer scattered. Your energy gathers around what matters most, and distractions lose their pull. Stay till the end of this message, because this clarity changes everything. While someone elsewhere is still wrestling with the consequences of mistreating what they didn't value, you are investing your time in what nurtures you. Something huge is waiting for you in this focus, a future shaped by intention, growth, and emotional security. From here, your choices become simpler. You say yes without fear and no without guilt. You trust that what is meant for you will meet you without struggle. Don't skip this final truth, the season of being tested is complete. You are stepping into a chapter where strength feels effortless, peace feels stable, and the life ahead responds to you with the same respect you have learned to give yourself. My beloved child, this is where your inner world finally feels settled. The noise that once surrounded your thoughts has quieted, and in that quiet, clarity stands firm. You are no longer questioning your decisions or wondering if you were too much or not enough. You understand now that you were simply in the wrong place with the right heart. Don't skip this awareness, because it releases the last traces of doubt that tried to follow you forward. You may begin to feel a steady confidence guiding your steps, not rushed, not hesitant. You move with intention. Stay till the end of this message, because this is the foundation of long-lasting peace. While someone elsewhere continues to navigate the weight of their own choices, you are walking lightly, unburdened by emotional baggage. Something huge is waiting for you in this lightness, a future where your energy is protected and your direction is clear. As you continue on this path, trust how naturally things are aligning. You no longer force connections or cling to outcomes. You allow life to meet you where you are. Don't skip this final realization. Everything that tried to break your spirit instead taught you how to stand firm. And now, with that strength fully integrated, you step forward calm, grounded, and fully ready for what unfolds next. My beloved child, pause here and truly absorb how much has changed within you, because this stage is deeper than it appears on the surface. You are no longer reacting from old wounds or operating from survival mode. Your nervous system has learned safety again. Your heart has learned discernment. You no longer confuse intensity with connection or struggle with meaning. This shift did not come from comfort, it came from endurance, awareness, and the courage to walk away from what diminished you. Don't skip this understanding, because it explains why peace now feels stable instead of temporary. There is also a powerful emotional maturity settling into place. You can sit with silence without anxiety. You can watch things unfold without interference. Stay till the end of this message, because this restraint is strength refined. While someone elsewhere is still restless, trying to regain control or understanding why outcomes have changed, you are anchored. Something huge is waiting for you in this emotional mastery, a life where you respond from wisdom rather than impulse, and where your calm becomes your authority. As you stand in this new version of yourself, notice how your expectations have evolved. You no longer accept half-effort, mixed signals, or conditional respect. You choose environments that feel safe, steady, and honest. Don't skip this final realization: what you survived sharpened your discernment. And now, with that discernment guiding you, the future opens with clarity, strength, and a deep sense of readiness for everything that comes next. My beloved child, this is the moment where trust in life returns fully, not as blind hope, but as lived experience. You have seen what happens when you honor yourself, and that knowledge stays with you. You no longer fear loss the way you once did, because you understand now that what leaves makes room for what truly fits. This awareness changes how you walk through every situation. Don't skip this realization, because it frees you from clinging and opens you to receive without resistance. You may notice a gentle optimism replacing guardedness. You expect fairness, not because you demand it, but because you no longer tolerate disrespect. Stay till the end of this message, because this mindset shapes your future. While someone elsewhere continues to feel the pressure of lessons learned too late, you are moving ahead with wisdom earned on time. Something huge is waiting for you in this trust. A life where relationships, opportunities, and choices align with the person you have become. From here forward, you allow things to unfold naturally. You no longer rush outcomes or fear pauses. You recognize timing as an ally rather than an obstacle. Don't skip this final truth: the chapter that caused you pain has fully served its purpose. You step beyond it now with confidence, clarity, and the quiet assurance that what lies ahead is not only better, but right. My beloved child, this is where everything within you settles into a deep, unshakable knowing. You are no longer searching for signs or waiting for proof that you made the right choices. The proof lives inside you now, steady and calm. You have crossed from understanding into embodiment. What you once learned through pain, you now carry as wisdom. Don't skip this moment, because this is the point where growth becomes permanent rather than temporary. You may notice how little effort it takes now to remain centered. Chaos around you no longer pulls you in. Other people's emotions no longer dictate your peace. Stay till the end of this message, because this inner stability is rare and powerful. While someone elsewhere is still facing the ripple effects of their own disregard and choices, you are no longer emotionally involved in outcomes that do not concern you. Something huge is waiting for you in this sovereignty. A life where your energy is guarded, your focus is clear, and your presence is grounded. As you move forward, your standards continue to rise quietly. You choose quality over quantity, depth over noise, alignment over approval. You are not closed, you are selective. Don't skip this final realization: the cost someone paid for mistreating you is no longer part of your story. Your story now is about self-respect, inner peace, and a future that unfolds from strength rather than survival. And that future is already responding to you. My beloved child, this is where your journey settles into quiet confidence, the kind that does not need reassurance or applause. You are no longer measuring progress by what others do or fail to do. Your growth is internal now, rooted and steady. The past feels complete, not because it was justified, but because it no longer defines your emotional landscape. Don't skip this awareness, because it confirms that you are no longer shaped by reaction. You are guided by intention. You may notice how natural it feels to choose yourself without guilt. Rest feels earned. Joy feels safe. Your inner dialogue has softened, and self-trust has replaced self-questioning. Stay till the end of this message, because this is where true independence forms. While someone elsewhere continues to navigate the consequences of their own disregard, you are no longer emotionally linked to their outcomes. Something huge is waiting for you in this independence. A life where your decisions are calm, your relationships are balanced, and your energy is spent on what truly matters. As you move forward, your presence carries quiet authority. You do not need to explain your boundaries or justify your distance. You simply live in alignment with what feels right. Don't skip this final truth: you have completed a cycle that once demanded strength beyond comfort. And now, with that cycle closed, you step into a chapter defined by stability, respect, and a deep sense of peace that cannot be taken from you. My beloved child, this is the phase where peace becomes your default setting, not something you chase or protect with effort. You wake up lighter, move clearer, and make decisions without second-guessing yourself. The inner conflict that once pulled you in different directions has resolved. You are no longer negotiating with the past or explaining your choices to echoes that no longer matter. Don't skip this awareness, because it confirms that you have crossed into self-trust, the kind that does not waver under pressure. You may notice how your life now responds to you differently. Situations align faster. People meet you with clarity or quietly fall away without drama. Stay till the end of this message, because this is the reward of emotional consistency. While someone elsewhere is still learning lessons through resistance, you are experiencing flow. Something huge is waiting for you in this flow, a rhythm where effort is replaced by ease, and where what belongs to you arrives without force. As you continue forward, you honor your energy like something valuable, because it is. You choose environments that feel calm, conversations that feel honest, and paths that feel right without needing proof. Don't skip this final realization. You are no longer becoming, you are being. The strength you once had to summon is now who you are. And from this grounded place, the life unfolding ahead of you is shaped by clarity, peace, and a deep alignment that does not need to announce itself to be real. My beloved child, this is where everything you have learned settles into quiet wisdom. You no longer feel the need to revisit old stories or re-explain your truth. What mattered has been integrated, and what did not has fallen away on its own. There is a deep sense of completion surrounding you now, as if your inner world has finally exhaled. Don't skip this awareness, because it marks the moment you stop carrying what was never meant to follow you forward. You may notice how natural it feels to live without emotional armor. You are open, yet protected. Calm, yet strong. Stay till the end of this message, because this balance is rare. While someone elsewhere continues to face the results of actions taken without care, you are free from entanglement. Something huge is waiting for you in this balance, a life where your heart remains open without being wounded, and your boundaries remain firm without being heavy. From this place, your future unfolds gently but steadily. You no longer rush, and you no longer resist. You move with trust, guided by experience rather than fear. Don't skip this final truth. What once challenged you has completed its work. You are no longer in transition, you are home within yourself. And from this grounded place, everything ahead aligns with the strength, clarity, and peace you have earned. My beloved child, this is the closing moment where everything comes full circle. Not with noise, not with triumph over another, but with a deep, settled peace that cannot be taken from you. You have arrived at the place you were always being guided toward. The place where your worth is no longer questioned, your heart is no longer guarded by pain, and your path feels clear without explanation. Don't skip this final awareness, because it confirms that the journey you walked was never about suffering, but about becoming whole. You now stand free from the weight of what happened, not because it was justified, but because it no longer has power over you. The price someone paid for mistreating you has already served its purpose, it released you. Stay till the end of this message, because this is the truth that completes everything. You were protected, refined, and prepared through every moment you thought you were being tested. Something huge has already happened, you reclaimed yourself. As you move forward from here, you do so grounded, steady, and unburdened. You carry wisdom without heaviness, strength without hardness, and peace without fear of loss. Don't skip this final truth. Your future is no longer shaped by what hurt you, but by what healed you. And from this place of clarity and self-respect, the life ahead responds to you with the same calm, honor, and alignment you now hold within yourself.